De esta manera arrancamos la segunda parte del programa del día de la fecha. Arranca el segundo, es esto, La Fábrica, con una banda del recontra recarajo que ya está esperando para hablar con nosotros. Pero antes déjame contarte que estamos en una sesión en donde debatimos, repensamos todo lo que tiene que ver con la industria de la música. Una industria de la música que hace un puñadito de años nada más precisaba de barcos, de aviones, de containers que distribuyan música a lo largo y a lo ancho de todo el planeta Tierra, y ni hablar de otras artes también, como filminas de cine, guiones, vestuarios, ni hablar de todas esas cosas. Y para hablar de todos estos cambios, de todas estas revoluciones, marcha para atrás, marchas para adelante que se han dado, es que nos nutrimos de diferentes diálogos, hablamos con artistas, hablamos con organizadores de festivales, productores, y hoy vamos a hablar con los amigos de Tommy and the TELEBOYS, que ya están conectados con nosotros. Hi, how are you? Are you listening me good? Hello?
Oh yeah,
fine.
Hi.
Hi. Excelente. Raulo, mandate vos con el cuestionario de siempre y arranquemos la nota.
Dale. Thanks for your time. We are really happy to meet you. We are live. We are going to start with the interview, and I'm going to make a little translation for the Spanish listeners. So please tell us your full name, where are you from, and how old are you?
Tom, start. All right, so I guess I start. I'm Tom. I'm from Germany, near Halle. And I'm the drummer / backing vocalist / synth player of the band.
And the guy who gave us the name.
I guess so.
Yeah, my name is Gregor. I'm also from Germany. I live in Berlin. And I play bass, and I sometimes scream around in the band. That's my role.
Perfect.
Oh, yeah.
I'm a bass player too. How old are you?
I'm 25.
Okay.
And I'm 35, so
okay.
I'm the band grandpa.
And I'm the youngest in the band.
Okay. Bueno, estamos hablando con Gregor y Tommy de la banda TELEBOYS. Son de Alemania. Y bueno, estamos hablando con el bajista y el baterista, así que Manu is a guitar player. So today tranquilo. Se pudre todo. And can you tell us which is your first memory of you listening to music?
Ooh, I think for me, I remember that my dad, who really liked like classic rock and stuff, and I think he had like a Scorpions record at home, and I remember as I was just like a little kid, and I just remember that I really thought, ooh, Scorpions, that's the best band name I've ever heard in my whole life. And I think like when I was like 5 or 6 years old, the Scorpions record of my dad.
They were really big in Germany.
Yeah,
They were.
I don't particularly like them actually, but yeah.
It happened the same with Bon Jovi. Nobody likes Bon Jovi, and he's still there. Always. I don't know why. And you, Tommy?
I think I started listening to music at the same age. Also, the records of my parents, and my parents are just huge metalheads. So I just grabbed all of their like old metal records they had, like old school stuff like Metallica, Slayer, and stuff like that. So I think that was actually my first experience to music. Yeah.
Manu, mira lo que está diciendo. Old heavy metal, Metallica and Slayer.
Che, por favor, preguntale por Destruction, que es una banda alemana que a mí me encanta y nadie la nombra. Sí. ¿Son grandes allá? ¿Existen?
You know Destruction? The band from Germany, Destruction?
Destruction? I think I heard of it, but I can't really recall it. Sorry.
Manu is a big fan of
that. You answer my question. Okay. You answer my question.
He wants to know if they are big in Germany. So maybe.
I don't. Well, I've heard the name definitely, but I haven't anything like. I can't recall it exactly.
Perfect. Bueno, estamos hablando con Tommy, que tiene 25, Gregor tiene 35, y Gregor, bueno, escuchaba los álbumes, los dos escuchaban los álbumes de sus padres, y Gregor, bueno, tiene una diferencia de edad, empezó escuchando Scorpions, y lo que nos dice Tommy que su padre era un fanático del heavy metal, y ya hay una diferencia ahí, que cosas viejas de heavy metal como Metallica o Slayer, me mato ahí, pero bueno, son heavy metal, baterista y bajista, no puede ser de otra manera. And can you tell us, are there any places to study music for free in your region, in Berlin or in Germany in general, or you have to pay always to study music?
To study music?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, I guess you always gotta pay. I mean, except if you maybe have like a relative or friend that can teach you something. Usually to study music, you definitely have to pay. Maybe, even college courses, or, I went to music school when I was a kid. So even that costed money, right?
Yeah, I feel like, it depends, like when you are a kid or a teenager, probably in some of like, let's say like social youth centers, probably you can get some guitar lessons or drum lessons for free. But Tommy is actually right. When you go to like actually also when I was a kid, my dad's got my parents got me some guitar lessons back then, and yeah, you always have to pay. And also when you like want to study like music professionally, what no one of us did,
yeah,
not yet. Then normally I think like most like German music colleges, music like universities in a way, I think they're all private. So I think you always have to pay at least something, I guess. So it's unfortunately not. Mm-hmm. Yeah, but that's the good thing about the internet right now. You can get all the guitar and drum and bass lessons you want for free on YouTube. So
yeah, so you don't gotta pay anything, right?
It's okay. And one of the things that is interesting, you say if you are young or if you are older, but I think that you have always to pay, and you have some music lessons in school, no?
Yeah.
Yes. And
yeah.
Can you tell us which was your first instrument and the first song that you learned?
What the very first instrument is probably the flute. I think the wooden flute is something that's always get taught in like second grade or what. So I guess that was, our first instrument until I picked up the drums at I think I was like 9 years old probably. Yeah.
And for you, Gregor?
It's actually, I completely forgot about the flute, but because I would have said guitar, but it's right. I don't know how it is in Spain, for example, but I think it's a very German thing that when you're like, I don't know, 7 years old, you go to this like music class and someone gives you like this wooden flute. Tommy, in our second record, we have to include that. I think that's
yeah, for sure. That would be great.
Well, maybe. But in the start, in the beginning of a song,
just put a little bit of distortion or fuzz on it, and then you're good to go, right?
Fuck. Yeah. No, nos estaban comentando que pasa en todos lados que en las escuelas le enseñan flauta, es lo que le decía, su primer instrumento fue la flauta y después se pasó a la batería. And can you tell us both, when you get your first instrument, where do you get it from?
Where we actually bought it, or
no, both. You went with your parents. I want a drum, and your parents give, or you spend some money from yourself. How do you get your first instrument?
I guess I always was interested in like rock music stuff, and when I was like at the age of like 8 or 9, I always wanted to either learn guitar or drums. So I just visited both lessons, to just get a feel of what it's like. And I just wasn't too interested in the guitar stuff, but the drums really, grabbed me, put me in, and that's when I started playing drums, I think. So my parents actually got me my first drum set.
Okay. And Gregor, the bass?
For me, so the thing is, I also started to play the guitar, and my first guitar was actually the old guitar from my mom from the 70s or something, like a acoustic guitar. And when I was 15, I really wanted to play the electric. And back then I was really into new metal and Korn and whatever. And then I really begged my parents, like for my birthday, to get these like this black metal Ibanez new metal, this kind of guitar.
SDR. No, the one that in the 90s it was.
Yeah. This is like this very. Not the 7-string version, but like a guitar that reminded me of Korn. That's Yeah, but I don't know. Like that's the guitar is still at my parents' house. Actually, my first bass, however, so I started actually playing bass when at some point in my 20s. But my first bass was also the old bass from my dad. So my dad is also a bass player. And he just got me one of his used bass guitars that I still have somewhere here in my room, and which I really love.
Of course. Nice, beautiful. Bueno, nos estaban contando después de lo del colegio y todo que nos contaron que Tommy la primera batería, él tomó clases de guitarra y de batería, pero estaba más en el tema de la batería y bueno, le pidió a los padres que se los compre. Gregor empezó con una guitarra, era fanático de Korn, bueno, y empezó con una guitarra y después más adelante, en los 20, empezó con el bajo, y el padre también es bajista, así que es second generation of bass players. Beautiful. Segunda generación de bajistas, Manu, un descontrol hermoso. And can you tell us which was the first concert that you went?
Another interesting question. I think it was actually a Volbeat show with my parents. Yeah. Like the Danish metal band. Yeah. I think when I was like, how old was I? Like 13 maybe? Yeah. That was my first show ever.
Well.
For me, like my first concerts ever was probably some local band from my hometown that no one knows, I guess. some kind of like punk or metal band from somewhere southern Germany. But I think my first big concert was when I was 15. I think I went to this little like one-day festival close to the Lake Constance in southern Germany, and actually it was kind of like a cool thing because I saw Social Distortion and Korn played, and I was 15. I was like and the Hives and stuff like this. That was like full-on mid-2000s. Yeah.
Wow.
Headliner was Toten Hosen. I don't know if.
Yes, of course, it's really big in Argentina. They are number one. Yeah. They are really, really big. Manu is in Buenos Aires now, and I'm in Barcelona, but we are both Argentina, and Dito Tenhosen, they are number one in Argentina. They are really, really big. Have you ever watch the Dito Tenhosen in Buenos Aires? Then check the videos. They are incredible. A great band. See, cocaine running on my head. Beautiful. They are incredible. And can you tell us how did Tommy and the TELEBOYS begin, and why you put that name?
Well, I think the first guys that met were me and Fabian Simon, the two that are with us today. We started studying in college at the same semester, actually. And we meet each other pretty quickly and just, figured out that it worked pretty well. And then I think like in 2021, we were looking for a new bassist, actually, and we looked for it on Facebook, and there we met Gregor pretty quickly, and it was a match made in heaven, I guess.
Nice. Oh yeah. Muy bueno. Yeah. Se encontraron por Facebook con el bajista, mano. Muy bueno.
Of all platforms, like Facebook is the lamest, but we found it.
Beautiful. I love Facebook. For me, it's better than Twitter. For me.
Love Facebook.
Sí, mano. Es lo más bizarro que hay. Es más bizarro. Sí. We are fighting with mano. Sí. Yo lo sigo utilizando. Bueno, la banda empezó. Se encontraron Tommy y otra persona, estaban estudiando en el college, en el fin del secundario. Estuvieron juntos un semestre, bueno, y empezaron a tocar, y después lo que nos estábamos riendo que a través de Facebook en 2021 encontraron a Gregor y el bajista, y ahí empezaron. And why the TELEBOYS?
So actually when we started, or when I also joined the band, we had another band name actually. Tom, are we saying how we were called?
Well, I guess we can. We were called Dry Vein, but I don't know, we weren't all too satisfied with the name, so we wanted to change it to, I guess, something a little bit more interesting, something that has a little bit more spice.
All right, a little bit more silly in a way as well. Yeah. And then we had this one evening in our rehearsal room, and I think we were all a bit drunk, probably, most likely, I guess.
Most likely.
At that time, both guitar players, Simon and Fabi, both of them had just got were just playing Telecaster guitars, so Fender Telecasters, and then we're just like, oh yeah, so we are like Tommy and the TELEBOYS now. And then it was just a joke at the beginning, and then I remember we played this gig somewhere close to our rehearsal room, and on the way back in the car, we were like, hey, actually, Tommy and the TELEBOYS, actually that's kind of funny. Come on, let's pick up. At least that's how I remember how we came up with the name. But
it's a good name. TELEBOYS, because of the Telecaster. It's okay. It's a good name.
Yeah.
Bueno, le pregunté por qué TELEBOYS y dice que estaban medio borrachos en un ensayo, bueno, y empezaron a jugar entre los guitarristas, se empezaron a reír, y dice, bueno, que era Tommy el baterista con los chicos de la Telecaster de TELEBOYS, y bueno, quedó así, fue como quedó el nombre. Can you tell us, you have a lot of songs, and I listen to them, and they are quite funny, some of them. Can you tell us something about the lyrics? What did the lyrics talk about in general in the group?
So, Tom, you want to go?
Well, you can start. Feel free to start.
So, actually, like the main, like our main vocalist Simon, who's writing most of the lyrics. He kind of like for our album, he came up with some. I mean, it's not a concept album, but some of the vocals or some of the lyrics kind of like they relate to each other in a way. He was a bit inspired, maybe like this whole Giz verse by King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard. And he was like, we're having our Televerse now, which is basically. So I mean, it's kind of like telling this thing about like some kind of like alternative reality where there's like these two, let's say, fractions or something. We have this kind of like on the one hand more like some conservative religious fanatics, and on the other hand Jeff Bezos and his problematic tech bros or something, which is doesn't sound that far away from reality. And that's kind of like this thing that kind of like leads through the whole album. So if you listen to it closely, you get like we have songs like Jesus Crowd, we have songs like Jeffrey 3000, and it's always kind of like in this whole thing basically. But yeah, I mean, our lyrics, they all just like come as they come, I would say. For example, for the new songs that we are writing currently for our second record, they're pretty, I don't know, I would say at least all the lyrics that we have, they are pretty, for the new songs at least, very, not random, but it's basically, it's more about, good like this.
Yeah.
No, muy bueno. It's not a parallel reality. I think you are funny in that way. Pero, Manu, lo que nos dice de qué se tratan las letras, bueno, dice que el cantante, que tiene una cosa así medio loca, que es medio borrachín, dice que le gusta mucho, por ejemplo, King Lizard y todo ese tipo de música, y que hay para el disco, por ejemplo, escribía como de una realidad paralela, y dice en donde se mezclaban los curas conservadores con Jeff Bezos y todo ese tipo de cosas, y bueno, las letras son bastante dramáticas. ¿Nos metemos en política un poco o no?
No.
¿No? Sí, bueno, está.
Sigamos.
Sí, está bien. No, we are going to focus on the songs and in the writing. In August of this year, you released your last album, God's Use, in great condition. How was the recording process? How was?
So it's actually already a while back that we started the recording process. I think it's almost been like 2 years or maybe 1.5 years where we started the recording process. We just gathered all the songs for the album, started recording, which went over pretty quickly, I think over the course of just a couple weeks, a couple months. And then Simon, our lead singer, is actually the one that is doing all the mixing stuff.
Yeah.
So he went to the mixing process, which took quite a while because he was doing it aside from, his studying and everything. So that process probably took like another half to a year, probably.
Yeah, probably. We did the recordings in early 2023.
Oh yeah.
And then we were the mixing was done in early 2024. But yeah, there were like the whole recording. It was kind of like a multi-stage process in a way. We did the recording, as Tom just mentioned. We did this in actually in a private studio of a good friend of ours. Shout out to Jeremy from the band Hudson. Check them out; they're great.
We meet you because of Noise Solution. You know.
Yeah.
Great. No Solution. Great people. Yeah. We have the chance to talk with some bands, and they are really incredible people. Funny. So, and they like I think that they like they are honest in the way they work, and we really are interested in that kind of producer. Yeah.
The Noise Solution people are great. I mean, when our album was finished, or the whole mixing and mastering, we sent it out basically to different labels, and Arne from Noise Solution, maybe you have talked to him personally as well. He basically like right away got back to us, and that was the beginning of a beautiful love story between us and Noise Solution. So it's it's really, really great. I mean, the good thing is also, when we met as a band, I was also living in Halle, which is, a town close to Leipzig in Germany. I don't know if that's on the map. But I personally now live again in Berlin. And the cool thing is that the Noise Solution headquarters is just 2 streets away from my apartment. Just that's very, very, very convenient for us. So when we heard back from Noise Solution, they were interested in adding us to their roster and releasing our record. I could just go 2 streets down for a beer and just have a chat with them, and it's perfect.
Only one beer.
Only one. We're still professionals.
Bueno, nos estaban contando en agosto de este año sacaron un disco, y bueno, tardó un montón el proceso de grabación. El proceso de grabación fue al principio del 2023, y bueno, y después estuvieron un montón de tiempo para mezclarlo y hacer un montón de cosas, porque van balanceando, sus trabajos y su vida personal con lo que es la banda. Y estábamos hablando de Noise Solution. Cuando terminaron de grabar el disco, los fueron mandando a varias empresas a varias discográficas, y bueno, Noise Solution le hicieron el contacto, y bueno, quedó muy buena relación. Ya tuvimos la oportunidad de hablar con ellos, y son excelentes personas, son muy divertidos y se toman la música muy en serio como ellos, así que perfecto. Manu, ¿tenés alguna pregunta? ¿No?
Nada más.
Perfecto, sí, estamos bien. We are really glad to meet you. It's it's beautiful to meet people, that is honest with music and plays with a smile. That is important too. That is
for sure.
And with some beer. And can you tell us, just to finish the interview, what you are going to make, some of the future of the band?
So I really, really hope to play in Spain anytime soon.
For sure.
Bueno, maybe, see, we can do it. See, we can plan it. See, we were talking with Noise Solution. The radio is small, but we have a lot of contacts. Maybe next year, when the things, we are more in Spain. We are finishing with the post-COVID, and the festivals are really big, because they need money. After COVID, they didn't need money, and we are full of festivals. And when the waters, calm down, maybe we can make something with Noise Solution.
That would be so awesome.
It would be fun, of course.
We don't need much money.
No, it's not. It's not about the money. It's not about the money for us. It's about get in contact with honest people and have fun when we meet. That is the more important things. And the live, no?
Yeah,
and the live things, of course. Manu, si te parece, cerramos.
Sí, cerrémoslo. Te dije 2 veces ya.
Dale, perfecto. Sí, we are really happy
hermoso,
to meet
Raúl,
you. Sí, we are really glad to meet this kind of band. And we will keep in touch. We will send the interview after when the live show ends, and we are really happy to meet you. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thanks for having us, guys. Like,
no,
awesome.
and maybe in the future we are going to meet with some bands from Noise Solutions, just to bother them. Thank you very much.
Oh, yeah.
Bye bye.
All right. Bye.
Bye.
Get me.